Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to get a Trilogy dedicated server set up. So the first thing we need to do is set up Steam command. So Steam command is just a Steam command line client. So just go to like Chrome and type in Steam CMD, all one word. Go to this first link and click this link right here. It'll download steamcommand.zip. Go ahead and extract that, and then take this Steam command folder with the same spelling and just cut that and copy it directly to your root C drive, so you end up with something like this. And then to complete the installation, go ahead and load up a command prompt, run as administrator, and then just go to cd C drive steam cmd like that, and simply run steam cmd .exe, hit enter, and then that will actually download and install all the other files that are necessary for Steam command to be fully set up. And then once you run that exe, you'll arrive at the prompt, the Steam command prompt, where you can actually send the Steam client commands, or Steam commands. And so you can actually just at that point just type quit, and it will exit Steam command, and that will be it. You will be done installing Steam command. The next thing you need to do is go back to Chrome and go to atomiclollipop.com / trilogy server stuff.zip, spelt the same way. I think it is case sensitive. Just hit enter and it will download this zip here. I already have one. I'll just delete this one. Go ahead and extract that, and you'll end up with this folder, and you'll have these two bat files inside of it. The first thing you want to do once you get here is you're going to want to run, just double click server setup.bat. When you run that, it will actually go and actually download. It'll create this folder right directly on your C drive called Trilogy Server, and it will actually go and download the dedicated server off of Steam for you through the command line. So yeah, it'll basically look like this once that's done. So once it's done running. So at that point, once you have this folder on your C drive, you'll want to go grab some mods to host on your dedicated server. So go to your C drive, go to your Steam folder, and then go to the workshop folder for this game. And I'm going to grab this Insidious pack, this mod for the Insidious map. So I'm just going to copy that. And then I'm going to go to my dedicated server, and I'm going to go to the mods folder. And I actually already have this in there. So what you have to do is, you won't have anything. You'll have to create a folder with the same exact number of the mod that was in Steam, and you'll have to put the pack file inside of that. And then you'll also have to go to workshop items and add that number here, the same number of this folder and the same number of the folder that was in your workshop in Steam. So that will allow you to host this mod. And now we need to set up the last parts of the dedicated server. So we'll go back out to the root dedicated server folder, go into Arena VR, go into saved config, Windows Server, and we need to adjust dedicated server INI and engine INI. So we'll start with dedicated server INI. So we'll just give the server a name. We're not using LAN, we'll keep that false. We'll leave it at 10 players, and then you'll have something else here. Like at first you'll have like Desert Kingdom. But yeah, in my case, I want to use the map off the mod, so I'm going to use oops. I'm going to use this Insidious map name. So the important thing is this map name is not the name necessarily of the mod of the pack file. It's actually the name of the map inside the pack file. So you have to make sure that you get that from the person that created that mod. Most likely, I'm hoping that people will post that map name into the mod description on the workshop for you to get. I might also have a way to access that in game. Actually, if you just host the mod as single player, go to practice, you can actually see the map name when you're under the map list when you hit practice. So that's just another way to get the map name, to extract the map name out in case you're not able to get it from anywhere else. And that's already available, so you can already do that. So yeah, so I have the settings set here for the dedicated server. You don't really have to set the engine INI settings. The defaults are pretty good for most people. However, this does allow you to adjust the ports that the dedicated server operates on in case you're running something else on these ports. Generally, this right here is the Unreal Engine dedicated server connection port. So players will be connecting to the dedicated server on this port, and Steam will be listing it on the master server or checking it on this port. Steam basically uses this port right here. So what you can do is if you needed to use a different port, I wouldn't recommend changing them to completely random ports. I would recommend just like incrementing it by 1 or 2. So changing this to 7778 or 7779, or this from to 27016 or 27017. So, or same thing with this, just incrementing it by 1. So yeah, so you can adjust the ports under Engine INI. And then at that point, you'll need to set up your firewall. So you'll generally have to do that 2 places. You'll have to open your firewall ports. At home, you'll generally have a router. And so like in my case, I have a Linksys, and it's at 192.168.1 or 1.1 or .1.1. And so I can go to my security settings. I can go to apps and gaming. I can go to single port forward, and as you can see, I've already forwarded the 27015 and the 7777 ports. I've used both UDP and TCP, so both protocols, and of course they're enabled, and it's forwarded to my computer on the local network, which is the 113 local address. So yes, you'll have to open these ports on your router. And you also have to open the ports on Windows Firewall, Windows Defender Firewall. So once you're in Windows Defender, you can go to Advanced Settings, Inbound Rules, and of course I already have some set up here. You can see them here. So I have for TCP 7777 27015 open, and for UDP 7777 27015 open. And so you can create those by going to New Rule. You can choose Port, Next, choose your protocol, enter in your ports, comma delimited, hit Next, allow the connection, choose all 3 of these, give it a name, hit Finish, and it will create this. And then you create one for both UDP and for TCP, just like I did. And so that will open up your Windows Firewall. You will also have your router ports, and it will work. Like if those are open, everything should be fine. So at that point, we're actually ready to launch the server. So if we go back to our Trilogy server stuff, we can just run this launch server bat, and it will actually go in and launch a server for us. And believe it or not, even though you're not seeing anything here, that's because we're in shipping mode. It's just a highly efficient mode, but it is actually running a server, or we hope it is. And so the way we check that is we can go to Steam here, we can go to View, we can go to Servers, and that will bring up the Steam dedicated server master list. In my case, I have it, if you go to Filters, I have it filtering out Trilogy. I can hit Refresh All, and boom, there we go, DS Video Server. So that's the name we gave it in the INI. and Steam is actually seeing it, and look at that, it's actually serving the Insidimus map. So let's actually go ahead and load the game. Go to find, and there it is, DS video server. Hit join, and boom, we're in. We got a full dedicated server, and this is just running locally on my computer, so I'm running the game, both the server and the game locally, just on my home computer, you know, completely able to play. And anybody can join this, anybody can see this up on Steam, or I'm sorry, when they went in the game. And there you go. Thanks guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.